An integrated approach in combating illegal mining must be strengthened. This is according to Northwest Premier Mokgoro. This follows the discovery of 20 bodies suspected to be illegal miners near an unused mine ventilation shaft near Orkney. Now, to talk more on this, I'm joined by the Premier himself, Mokgoro. A very good morning to you, Mokgoro, and thank you so much for your time. So, when you say an integrated approach, do you mean that with national government, or would the provincial government be able to handle essentially making sure that illegal mining doesn't continue?
Absolutely. All structures in all spheres. I mean, just to give you an indication of the enormity of the task, in the year 2018, it was estimated that the country lost about 41 billion just as a result of illegal mining in gold mines, mines that have ceased to operate, and even others that are still current. In some instances, they would get away with gold that is already smelted, instead of going underground and actually getting it out of the reef. So it is a major problem. They are well armed, heavily armed. They carry AK-47s. So certainly it has a devastating impact on the economy, but also in the nearby communities, given that from time to time shooting out happens right within the vicinity of where communities live. So from an economic point of view, from a society point of view, it is quite a huge headache.
Premier, so if we know that these illegal miners are coming guns blazing to essentially illegally mine, why then are these mines not being closed?
Well, the mines get closed so that the entry point that they would have used would no longer be available to them, but they simply shift to a nearby spot and start digging. And they operate late at night. We do have a unit which is led by SAPS and has other departments participating in it. But the Minister of DMRE is in discussions with the Minister of Police to ensure that we beef this up, and the necessary interdepartmental and intersectoral collaboration teams are actually strengthened, so that our effectiveness is much greater than has been the case.
In your province specifically, Premier, are we seeing this in only Orkney, or are there other mines that are being illegally mined or illegally accessed?
Not only in Orkney, for instance, not long ago, we had an incident at Cargold where one security was killed. And Cargold is not far from Mahikeng. So, yeah, not only in the Matosana area, but elsewhere.
So you're saying that obviously you want to work with national government, get that integrated approach as we mentioned earlier on, but what is the word from mining companies themselves? Are they coming on board to help?
Certainly. Obviously, in some instances, mines get seriously harmed and bruised in terms of their personnel, as well as the very gold that gets stolen.
Security, how beefed up is it? Because you're obviously saying that the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy is working hand in hand with the South African Police Service to ensure that there is beefed up security. But is it satisfactory at this moment, or do you feel that national government could help you out more in beefing the security up?
Well, if you take a look at the extent to which these gangs are organized, it's quite clear, in my view, that we need to beef up quite tremendously. For example, at the mine we went to where 5 bodies were discovered, 6 bodies. They have an HR system underground. They have a supply chain management system underground. They are involved in stock theft, so they would steal sheep, for instance, get them down underground for their sustenance. They are linked to international syndicates because it is a menace not only in South Africa, not only in the Northwest. They are linked to international syndicates. So that order of magnitude gives a very clear indication as to what kind of resourcing we should be looking at.
And just before I let you go, Premier, I just want to take a detour and speak about the COVID-19 situation in the Northwest Province. Are you satisfied with how your province is dealing with the third wave?
Well, there is never a moment we could be satisfied. We're stepping up all the time. There are those factors that are directly under our control, and that is mainly on the health side, providing the necessary facilities, bedding space. But you have the other side where we have to prevail on citizens, and I'm talking about the non-pharmaceutical side of compliance. But on the whole, I think from what the state has to do, the resourcing side of things, we're doing the best that we can. And in many parts of our province, I think we're coping. Clearly, our hotspots would be in the Bojanala area, around Rustenburg area, as well as around the Matosana Klerksdorp area. But we're doing the best. We are on the ground all the time. Our disaster management center functions 24/7, and we're doing the best we can all the time.